April 1st, 4 astronauts will climb aboard a 322-foot rocket. They will strap into a capsule called Orion, and they will do something no human has done in over 50 years. They will leave low Earth orbit. The mission is Artemis II. It will loop around the moon and come home. No landing, no moonwalk. Just a 10-day test flight to prove the hardware works. Now picture a single number: 93 billion taxpayer dollars. That is what American taxpayers have spent building the capability to attempt this single flight. Not the cost of the mission itself, the cost of getting to the starting line. So where did all that money go? And why does a rocket that flies once a year cost more than some countries spend on their entire military? The answer isn't corruption or incompetence. It's something far more stubborn. Every incentive is broken. That SLS rocket beneath those astronauts has a complicated family tree. Its engines flew on the space shuttle. The boosters trace back to the same era. Congress directed NASA to reuse old hardware to save money. Instead, adapting it cost more than starting fresh. Boeing won the contract for the core stage. The original deal was $2.8 billion. By 2021, costs had doubled to nearly $9 billion. Lockheed Martin built the Orion capsule. That program has consumed over $20 billion since 2006. Here is the structural problem. These are cost-plus contracts. The contractor bills NASA for every expense, and NASA reimburses all of it, plus a guaranteed profit. If the project runs over budget, taxpayers pay the difference. The contractor's profit stays the same. Delays carry no penalty. Efficiency earns no reward. Congress also distributes the work across as many states as possible. Engines are tested in Mississippi. Boosters are built in Utah. Tanks are welded in Louisiana, and final assembly happens in Florida. This guarantees bipartisan political support. It also guarantees that no single manager can streamline the process. So what does all of this produce? Each SLS flight costs $4.1 billion. That makes it the most expensive launch in history. Meanwhile, a company in Hawthorne, California, took a different path. SpaceX built the Falcon 9 under fixed-price contracts. If costs spiraled, SpaceX absorbed the loss. That single rule changed everything. Reusability became an existential requirement. If you can't reuse the booster, you can't make the math work. Well, SpaceX figured out how to land rockets on drone ships in the ocean. A single Falcon 9 booster has now flown 34 times. The numbers tell the story. A Falcon 9 launch cost roughly $67 million. An SLS launch costs $4.1 billion. That is a ratio of roughly 60-to-1. The cost per kilogram to orbit on SLS, roughly $43,000 per kilogram. On Falcon 9, just $2,700. In 2025, SpaceX launched 167 Falcon 9 rockets. NASA's SLS has launched exactly once in its entire history. That flight was the uncrewed Artemis I in 2022. One rocket flies almost every other day. The other flies once every few years. Both were funded by American taxpayers, but through radically different contract structures. Consider what is happening this week. NASA's SLS sits on pad 39 billion. It is preparing for its second flight ever. Across the country, SpaceX is filing paperwork for the largest initial public offering in history. The target valuation is $1.75 trillion. Much of that value comes from Starlink, but the foundation is launch capability built one reusable flight at a time. NASA itself recognizes the imbalance. Its administrator has publicly called SLS grossly expensive. A recent budget proposal tried to cancel the program after Artemis II. Congress fought back, securing another $4.1 billion for future missions. Even NASA is hedging its bets. The Artemis program now includes SpaceX's Starship as the lunar lander. Quietly, the agency is planning to transition away from government-owned rockets entirely. None of this diminishes what Artemis II represents. 4 humans are about to travel farther from Earth than anyone alive today has ever been. Christina Koch will become the first woman to fly beyond low Earth orbit. Victor Glover will be the first person of color. And that matters deeply. But the economic question won't go away. What happens to government space exploration when the private alternative becomes dramatically cheaper and exponentially more frequent. And a rocket costing $4.1 billion per flight survive. For more economics, business, and finance, minus the boring parts, check out our other videos.